cannot tell you how excited I am for this episode of Jeremiah Wonders today. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for coming back, ladies and gents, for listening every week. This is episode 6 already. Can you believe it? I can't believe it myself. We're trucking along here. We're making it happen, doing it big. And a big part of that is because a lot of you have been leaving those 5-star reviews on iTunes and leaving those nice reviews. If you haven't done that yet, get your butt over there and do it. Help your boy out. Give me those good ratings. I feel like an Uber driver asking for those 5 stars. Come on, guys. Help me out. I need to make it with this new business, this Uber business I'm a part of. So give me 5 stars on iTunes. That'd be appreciated. Jason, Weeman, Acuna, and Rick Kosick are on the show today. If you don't know them, I'm sure you don't even realize that you do know them. Jackass films, Jackass the TV show. Rick put together this amazing documentary called Dumb, the story of Big Brother magazine, and we talk about that later in this episode. But I urge you to check that out. That's on Hulu, and it's freaking dope. It tells the story about Jackass and how like all those guys got started before Jackass happened. And if you hear them mentioning the name Jeff throughout the podcast, they're talking about their buddy Jeff Tremaine, which is he's one of the people who was at the beginning of the inception of Jackass. He was like an editor of the Big Brother magazine. So that's just to give you some context on that. Got a couple sponsors this week for the show. Speedweed, my buddy Gino, hooking it up. You know what Speedweed is? Well, let me tell you. It's a marijuana delivery service here in Los Angeles. Yes, that's correct. They come to you? What? Delivered to your door? Free overnight or same-day delivery? That's insane. So if you like that green, you like that ganja, you like that sticky, you like that blueberry kush, you know who to hit up. Gino at Speedweed on Twitter or speedweed.com. And then my buddy Brian Woods, he helps me produce my show Stand Up on the Spot. Stand Up on the Spot, we're sponsoring Jeremiah Wonders this week. What? How does that even work? How do you sponsor yourself? Well, let me tell you. For those of you who don't know, I've been running this show called Stand Up on the Spot for over 7 years, and I want you guys to know about it. I want you guys to come and see it. So this is what we're going to do. The first people to email your boy Jeremiah Watkins at gmail.com, we're going to give 2 complimentary tickets to our Tuesday show on February 13th to see Stand Up on the Spot live in the Belly Room. Now, what's cool about this show is already sold out. We're going to cram you guys in there because you're a listener of Jeremiah Wonders, and you're supporting me this way, so I want to help you guys out. And that lineup is crazy. It's Joe Rogan, Morgan Murphy, Tom Segura, myself, Jesse May Peluso, and Jamar Neighbors. So it's hot. It's already sold out. I'm going to sneak you in, get you exclusive VIP treatment, get you in there on that guest list. So email your boy Jeremiah Watkins at gmail.com. The first person to do it, I'll give free tickets to. You and a friend inside. How's it happening? I don't even know, but we're going to get you in there. I want to give a shout out to, I like giving shout outs to buddies who are doing cool things in the scene. And right now, my buddy Alex Hooper is releasing his debut album on AST Records on March 2nd. And you can find out on how to buy that on his Instagram at Hooper Hairpuff. At Hooper Hairpuff. Super funny dude, great friend of mine, known him for most of the time that I've been in Los Angeles. You may have seen him on season 2 of Roast Battle. He dressed up and did like funny voices, and he battled as a character. Very unique, very creative. But check out his album and find out how to do that through his Instagram at Hooper Hairpuff. Gotta support the friends in the scene. That's how we help each other out, guys. But he's a good dude. Check it out. Also, me and my boy Patty Reagan will be in Boston doing shows February 15th and 16th, and then we finally showcase on the 17th, and we'll be giving you an update on basically how we did in front of all those colleges. On the following episode, I'll try to let you guys know how that went. We should know actually within a week or so how many bookings we got, or if we got any. Who knows? I'm just excited to go. Do our thing. Also, I'll be with Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm featuring for him at the Sacramento Punchline, March 1 through 3, March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Yeah. A lot of fun. Always love being on the road with the Golden Pony. It's going to be a good time. One other thing. My friend Jenny Zagrino, she has a funny web series coming out on Comedy Central, and she put me in it. I played a couple different characters in her Comedy Central digital series. It comes out probably in the summer, but it was super fun. I got to play like an Asian pirate. They put me in like Asian pirate garb, even though I was a white dude. Worked out great, guys. And then also I was a Civil War soldier in a different sketch. And if you were following my Instagram stories, then that's what that was for. It's for this Comedy Central digital series that I was walking around in Civil War regalia. Super fun. I can't wait to get to this episode, but I'll be remiss if I don't read this letter that came to me. Now, if you've listened to the podcast, you know that we have a buddy Stan out there he's going through some stuff, guys. And once again, Stan has sent me a letter, and I'm going to read it for you right now. Dear Jeremiah, I send you these buttons because I really love what you do. I've been a big fan of the LA comedy scene for many years, but after I found out about you, it got way better. I really like what you do on Kill Tony with the Wave solo and your podcast. Really inspiring. All of the buttons was made while I was listening to Kill Tony and Jeremiah Wonders. The Jeremiah Wonders button I made when I was checking out the episode with Dom Irera. Loved that episode. Buttons for me are really cool because they last a lifetime and capture the moments for that specific time. Especially these ones do. They are exclusive and handmade in Bergen, Norway. One of a kind. Feel free to pass some to your homies. I was supposed to come to the Comedy Store in January, but my father-in-law passed away all of a sudden, so I stayed home with my family. But now I'm coming, 3 through 12 of March. I will sign up for Kill Tony and hopefully become the first Norwegian man on the show. Hope to see you at the store and give you soon a high five. Anyways, I hope you get this, man. Hit me back. Just a chat. Truly yours. Your biggest fan. This is Stan. JK, keep doing what you do. Much love, Johnny Bear. That was my attempt at a Norwegian accent. I don't even know what they sound like, actually, but thank you, Johnny Bear. Man, so cool of you. That made my day whenever I received those buttons, so I really appreciate it. My love goes out to Norway. Thank you so much, man. Whew, that was a hard copy letter that I just read. A hard copy classic mail that was sent. And the buttons that he sent, a BBW, Big Beautiful Watkins button with a sax on it, a Jeremiah Wonders button, a Kill Jeremiah button, a McDonald's button with the M flipped upside down so it makes a W and says Watkins on it. My buddy Zoltan at NY_Z on Instagram made that logo, so I appreciate that. He made that during the weight gain challenge. So cool, dude. So cool. I love getting stuff like that. I appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. It's cool whenever the podcast, you hear that it makes it outside of the United States. I appreciate everybody in the States that listens to it, but it's extra special. I don't know if special is the right word, but extra, like, it kind of just blows me away sometimes whenever I hear, like, whenever somebody sent me, like, that saxophone pipe from South Africa. It's like, wow, so cool that these podcasts are reaching people. It's amazing. If you want to sponsor this podcast, email me at yourboyjeremiahwatkins@gmail.com. That's YOUR boy jeremiahwatkins@gmail.com. And we'll hook it up. We'll get it going. Some clothing lines have hit me up, and I'm working on right now some restaurant sponsors because I want to do a segment. Somebody hit me up and gave me this idea for me to do a segment where I eat pizza with the guest. That sounds like an amazing segment. So I'm trying to get a pizza place to sponsor this podcast just for that segment. That sounds fun, right? Super excited. I know I've already said it, but I can't tell you how excited I am for you guys to hear this episode with Jason Weeman Acuna and Rick Kosick. I said Rick Kosick probably a bunch of times throughout the interview. I find out afterwards that Tony Hinchcliffe has been saying his name wrong for a long time. I talked to Rick on the phone, and I was like, which one is it? Because I heard Wee Man at one point say Kosick, and I've been saying it wrong the whole time. So it is Rick Kosick. Just to clarify that for all you people out there who are wondering. But this episode was really cool, man, just because whenever you meet certain people that come into your life, like these guys have become friends over time of me meeting them just through the Comedy Store and Kill Tony. And I've been a genuine fan of their work for a long time. And I tried not to fanboy out while I was on the podcast, but at the end I told them, how I felt about them, but they are just as nice and cool as you would hope for them to be. For somebody who has made something that you absolutely love and that you were drawn to earlier in your life or that you're still a fan of, these dudes are the coolest. They're so freaking nice, and we had a lot of fun in this episode of Jeremiah Wonders, and I think it really comes through. So without further ado, here's Wee Man and Rick Kosick from Jackass. It's already happening. We're doing it.
Are we live?
Oh, we live right now.
Dude, live is good.
Live is good. Live feels good, right?
Awesome. Yes, it does.
I'm here with Jason Wee Man Acuna and Rick Kosick, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. How are you guys out there in internet world?
Right?
Yeah, in podcast land.
Podcast land.
Podcast.
Welcome to podcast
You're like
land.
driving your car right now, or maybe making your daily coffee in the morning. Listen to us. Starting your day.
Starting your day. Wee Man and Rick Kosick in the mornings.
Yeah. Coming at you live.
Don't crash.
Yeah, right?
Oh, my God, they're on. Calling everybody.
Jason hit me up. He's like, is it cool if I bring Rick? I was like, yeah, of course. This will be great.
But then I also said, if Rick gets out of hand, we'll just duct tape him.
Oh, God.
I know. Well, he has his own mic, so we can always just turn it lower if he gets
Off. We could just, it looks like it's plugged in, Rick.
I'll try not to get out of hand, guys.
I know.
I'll behave.
You're so unruly usually whenever we hang out.
I know. Such a menace.
Now, this is pretty cool that since I have the both of you here, I want to talk to you guys about how you guys originally met, and I think it was through the Big Brother magazine, right?
It wasn't through the Big Brother magazine. It was actually through Mike Smith, who is an old school pro skater, and he had this company called Liberty Skateboards, and he's just starting to get it going, and he was, giving a few of us local guys boards, and he wanted to shoot photos and ads for different things. So he told us, hey, this Saturday, let's go out and get some photos. And I was like, okay. And next thing you know, we're meeting up with Rick, and Rick's shooting the photos. And Rick was stoked because we were out like doing some good, crazy stuff. And Rick just tells me, hey, man, I want to shoot some more stuff with you. Can we meet up again and just go out, just me and you? And I was like, totally. This is awesome. So,
I don't even remember that.
You don't?
No,
we
no,
were
no.
We were at El Segundo 4-gap-4, and we're doing no sides to fakies. And
There's like sprinkles of little bits of maybe I kind of remember, but I have lived such a rich life and traveled the world that I don't remember everything.
I remember it. I remember to the day.
Yeah, well, that's a good memory then.
I know that's like an honest answer, but in the wrong context, that sounds so douchey. Like I've lived such a rich life. I've traveled so many.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Jason, that you appreciate certain memories with me more than I do you.
Who was that guy who used to have the show, the rich and you remember it was before cable, and he'd be like, well, this is where the rich and famous travel.
I don't know. Different strokes?
No, it was something way douchey. That's who you just sounded like.
Okay, well.
Excuse us, world traveler.
Gosh, man, you guys are just like harsh on my mellow right now.
Yeah,
Dude, we're totally ganging up on you, bro.
You guys are ganging up on me.
You opened the door to that one.
I just mean like, dude, we're lucky, like I've done a lot. And like I can't remember every little detail at that point.
Hey, guy that got his fancy car sent to him, calm down. I'm just making a quote of today. I just don't want to mention who.
Car.
got their cars sent to them where they're staying now.
Oh.
Oh, you guys have a friend that
it's something else we don't want to mention, but it's pretty bad. One of our friends, colleagues, cast members.
Welcome to Inside Jokes on Jeremiah Wonders. We'll hint at it, but we won't tell you who it is.
We can't be that mean.
Oh, yes, we can.
Oh, here it is.
No.
So, Jason, how old were you when you, like around that time, whenever you were skating, getting pictures taken of you by Rick? 17.
Yep, 17.
How old were you when you started skating?
I was about probably 9 when I started skating.
Wow.
Yeah, we lived down in Hermosa, and my mom was dating this guy, and I would roller skate around the beach, and she bought him a skateboard one year. And I was like, Mom, that's what I want,
Yeah.
And next thing you know, like my next birthday or Christmas, I got like my first skateboard, which was like a cheap grocery store or Target Kmart one,
Right.
But it was a skateboard.
Yeah.
And then, she wanted to test it out to see if I really was into it and didn't want to waste money going to like a skate shop.
Of course.
Like the
$20 versus $150 maybe.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's when that pretty much started.
Nice. Yeah, I think I saw that you posted a picture of you holding, you said like your first like real like
Rodney
official
Mullen board.
Yeah, dude.
I remember that. It was a fun board.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
Now, Rick, have you ever skated before?
Yeah, I used to skate when I was younger, but it got to the point where I wanted to do something more than just ride a board, so I picked up the camera and started taking pictures. And it basically, we used to have backyard ramps over our friend's house, like in Huntington Beach and stuff. And, I just started taking photos with them, and then just one thing led to another. And I just got really obsessed with the whole process and, really dove in to want to learn how to roll my own rolls of film up and like develop the film and then print the photos. And that turned into like friends like, hey, I'm going to go to my high school classroom and steal the chemicals and paper. And I'm going to bring, can you make some prints for me? And I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. So I'm helping my friends, so they can get sponsored. So I'm constantly always like, just doing my thing and just getting better and better and better. And my mom was super supportive, at the time. And she allowed me to turn her whole downstairs bathroom into a dark room.
That's dope.
And then like I would in the kitchen and stuff, there'd be like just after I developed the film, we got to let it dry and hang. So there'd be like just rolls of film just hanging and just dry. And it was a really fun process. Getting to learn my craft at the time.
Yeah. And then you started. So what year did like you guys get involved with the Big Brother magazine? Because you made an amazing documentary that's on Hulu that I definitely urge people to check out if you are a skateboarding fan or a Jackass fan or just anything like that era of time.
Even
like
a documentary fan.
Just
it's
documentary. It's just like in general.
It's just a fun story.
It is. It's good.
Yeah.
It's an all around, like anybody can watch it and then, learn something different that they don't watch the same thing over and over.
Well, I actually found out whenever I was watching it, because I've been a Jackass fan for years, and I actually didn't know that a lot of you guys were doing that. Like that was like, it was kind of like the National Lampoon version of what happened before SNL, and then like Big Brother was like the magazine before Jackass kind of thing.
Yeah.
Big Brother was the internet before the internet.
Yeah.
Totally. You got all your info and fucked up shit from Big Brother.
Yeah.
Big Brother was seriously the first skateboard mag that didn't like you could exploit anything. You could do whatever you wanted. You wanted naked chicks in your ads, you had naked chicks in your ads. You wanted, you wanted every other word to say fuck, every other word said fuck. Because the reason Rocco started it is he wanted to do stuff like that and the other magazines wouldn't let him print his ads. And he's like, okay, if you're not going to do it, then we'll just do our own.
Yeah, we'll do it ourselves.
And it grew big. It went huge. So.
Not that big.
It went real big.
Pretty big.
Did it
Not
get to
really
a point where people would, because there's some iconic photos of you in there, Jason, where like the one where you're painted completely blue and orange hair.
Yeah.
Like an Oompa Loompa.
No, this was just the Blue Man. This was Blue Man before Blue Man Group.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was like 10 years before Blue Man Group even. Tremaine's just like, why don't you just paint yourself blue and we'll film that? And we even went around all over Hollywood and L.A. We went to the place called Red. We were down at the beach. We were in downtown L.A. So we just, whatever ideas we came up with, we just went and did.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How long? While you're making the magazine, would you start getting kind of recognized around LA? Like, hey, were you?
Oh yeah, everywhere. The magazine
Yeah.
was everywhere.
Yeah.
So by then, I was being recognized everywhere. I was already like getting ads for big companies like Shorty's, Road for Shorty's Hardware, and different companies like Sonic Skateboards, did everything. So people were recognizing me more and more everywhere just from the magazine.
Now, how long after you guys have been doing the magazine did you start working on Jackass together?
What year did Jackass start?
99.
Was it 99?
Yep, 99 we started because it got released in 2000. So 99 we started it. Like we started.
I think we were filming our last Big Brother video, and I remember we just like, took a lot of the footage and put it into the first season.
Yep.
Like the Oompa Loompa skit.
Yep.
It was originally going to be for the last Big Brother video. But
And then Jeff's like, no, let's save this.
let's put this on, let's put this on TV, which
Because
was probably a better decision.
The Oompa Loompa skit was when Dogtown put my boards out and we went and did the Pro Spotlight too at the same time. So we were doing two different projects at the same time. We were filming my Big Brother Pro Spotlight interview, doing the Oompa Loompa stuff, and then we were also, Jeff's like, go out and film this because we want to use this for something big I have an idea for.
Wow.
So Jeff was in the middle of finishing Big Brother, but also starting Jackass. And that's right when Oompa Loompa hit. So it went to both.
And I was double dipping.
Yeah. We were both double dipping.
I was still working for Larry Flint full time.
Yeah,
and then
dude.
shooting for Jackass and MTV on the other side. I'm like, yeah, this is a great year.
And then that actual that cover of the magazine, right as Jackass is being released and that Big Brother's getting done, that magazine just got sold to Larry Flint then, because that was the big split separation where Big Brother went to Larry Flint and we started Jackass. Larry Flint somehow in the subscription thing sent Big Brother magazines to all these hardcore porn dudes that wanted porn mags. And the kids that wanted Big Brother magazine got hardcore porn.
It's not just hardcore porn; it's the worst magazine.
Yeah, it was the worst
possibly ever. A child can get sent to them.
Yeah, like anybody can get sent to
It's so bad.
And so then it ended up actually on the Jay Leno show, where Jay Leno holds up the magazine and is like, "Well, I feel bad for all the guys wanting their porn of the month, and they get this magazine." And there I am on the cover, and it's like it just snowballed effect. Going bigger.
So what was that like whenever, Jay Leno is holding up, and at that time, Jay Leno's like the late night talk show.
Yeah.
What's that like for you as the person who's on that magazine cover? Like, is everybody just hitting you up like nonstop?
People are like, dude, you're on the cover, like Jason. Jay. It was. I got hit up like, dude, he's holding up the cover. Did you see Jay Leno last night? It's holding up the cover. You holding up, and I'm like, holy moly, this is insane. Like it felt crazy.
Was that the first swarm that you really felt like where you're like, whoa, this is getting kind of crazy?
That was a touch of it. And then right after that, Jackass, we had just been out 3 months here in the States. So it got pretty snowball big here. And I went on tour for Grind King, which was a skateboard truck company. They sent us to Japan. And it just hit Japan. Like, it was like 1 month into Japan. And my skate buddies were like, oh, because people were running out of stores yelling, "We man, we man, we man."
Really?
And my buddies are like, dude, it's over for you. Like, it's worldwide now. Like, the spread of the Jackass disease is worldwide.
Jackass mania had hit.
The epidemic has hit.
Yeah.
You're in Japan and little Asian people are coming out yelling your name. And we hadn't even gone there and filmed yet, This is all just LA-based stuff that we've just been doing.
It was so fun shooting Jackass in Japan. Remember, you almost went to jail.
Wait, all right, let's talk about that. How did that happen? Any story that begins?
Rick is part of the problem too. So
I am not the problem.
you had the fireworks. You brought them to my room.
I brought the party to the room. I mean, we had a great time.
We're in Japan filming, and Rick comes in my room like 8 a.m. He's like, dude, I got fireworks. Let's just light them and throw them out your window. And so we are lighting them.
Packs of firecrackers.
Yeah,
just tie them all up.
And we're waiting till right before the end, and we're throwing it, and it's in between two hotels. And it's just like, ba, 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 in between, just echoing. And finally, like, we were done, and we're coming down the elevator, and they cross us at the lobby, and they're like, you guys were lighting fireworks, blah, blah, and like hold us in the lobby. Cops come, and the cops are like, well, did anybody get hurt? No. Was any property damage? No, because they were blowing up midair. It was just a loud annoyance, you know? And so Rick's getting ready to leave anyway, because this is kind of right when Wild Boys started.
No. I left to go shoot.
Yeah, Chris and...
We went to go... Was it Wild? No, we went to Okinawa.
Yeah, I know you did, but that was like a Wild Boys kind of shoot. It was just Chris and Stevo and you guys. The group split.
We were there for Jackass and we left to go do Wild Boys.
That's what you went and shot. That was when...
I don't remember how that worked out, but I just went to Okinawa, but I left him to get in trouble.
Yeah, because everybody else stayed and only you guys.
But fireworks are legal in Japan.
Yeah, but they don't want them like waking everybody up at 8 a.m. and hurting everybody.
We hurt no one.
I know. That's why I didn't go to jail.
I think we're getting a caller right now. Hello? Who is this?
Hello, this is Japanese police. Is this Jason Owiman Acuna?
No.
Listen, I have been searching for you since 1999. Where are you? We are ready to put you in jail finally, and you have just confessed to blowing up the fireworks in midair in Japan.
We are in a location in Kenya, Africa right now. We're on tour, and we decided to do a podcast from Kenya, Africa.
Really? I will send all of my Yakuza people over there immediately.
Oh, tell everybody in the Yakuza I said what up. I know the Yakuza.
I will do.
All right, I just wanted to call in and just threaten you a little bit. I mean, that was a little bit strange, but
he can send the Yakuza looking for. They love me.
I'm surprised that the Yakuza is working with the police.
Yeah, that's what
That's what was kind of weird.
Yeah,
and then right away you sold Kenya out pretty quick.
Do you remember when we were in the hotel restaurant and we were trying to film this skit with Loomis where he was trying to eat an eel?
Yes,
And it was like
trying to eat an eel,
a live eel. And he couldn't swallow it, which I'm glad he didn't, because
he couldn't bite through it.
He couldn't bite through it, and if he would
he tried to bite the head off, and the people were freaking out.
of course.
Yeah, like they're like, oh my god, and he was like gnawing at it. He was like gnawing at it, and he couldn't bite the head off, and so then the bit stopped. But it would have been insane if he would have like. And bit the eel's head off.
It would have been awful.
I mean, could he have died from that?
I think so.
If he consumed it?
I think if he would have swallowed it, it would have got stuck in his throat.
Like some kind of the bones or something. Yeah.
It was just not smart.
Isn't eel, don't you have to eat it cooked even when you order it sushi? Don't they have to cook it a little?
I don't eat it.
You don't get eel?
I don't usually get eel.
Unagi,
I like it, but it's
unagi
okay.
or something like that? Yeah.
It's usually cooked if I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Dude.
There's so many weird moments.
Yeah.
We
could do a 10-part series here, Jeremiah.
Well, good. This is number 1 of 10.
Yep. 001 episode.
001.
Yep.
With Wee Man and Rick Kosick.
But remember when Chris kind of raped you?
Yeah, I've told that story.
What happened? What was that again? Why did that start?
Why did that start? So,
yeah, why did
Chris?
The question is, why did Chris Pontius possibly rape you, Wee Man?
Because while in Japan,
because I was asking for it.
No. Well, in a way, but let me get to the story.
Okay.
Let me get to the story.
Yeah.
So we'd been shooting all day, filming and stuff, and we go to this fancy restaurant for dinner. And Chris is late everywhere. Chris is always late. Well, this restaurant wouldn't sit us
until the whole party was there.
The whole party was there. So everybody but Chris was there. And we were like, we're hungry. And we're like, we're 10 people. And they're like, nope, not 10. So then we, after about half hour waiting, we're like, you know what? He's canceling. We're 9. We're just 9. Sit us for 9. So they sit us for 9. We just get down. We get our waters and stuff. We just put our order in. And here comes Chris. And I'm still pissed off.
Yeah, you're fuming. You've been waiting.
I'm
you're
hangry.
Hungry. Yeah.
I'm hangry.
When
Are
Jason,
you one of those people that get hangry?
I'm
where
hangry.
you I'm same here, dude.
I'm
when
hangry.
he's hungry, watch out.
That's what Tony accuses me of. When we're on the road together and I haven't eaten in a long time, he goes, dude, what's going on?
You get hangry.
Yeah, I'm just I just need a bar or something.
Yeah,
Something.
a Snickers. Get a Snickers to hold you over.
Why wait?
Yeah. So I grabbed this big mustard container off the table, and he's walking up, and I just douse him. I'm just like, shh, and shower him. He's just showering in mustard, and he's standing there, and everybody in the restaurant's looking, right? And he just stands there and he's like, oh, yeah? Takes his shirt off and he still has mustard on him. And he just writes in mustard, rape. R-A-P-E. And everybody's like, dude, he's going to rape you. He's going to rape you. Right? So I eat, and right as I leave, I squirted him again. So I ran out, went to my hotel room, hid, and I'm like, he ain't going to rape me. Everybody stayed for a little longer, and I came back downstairs. I came out, and there's Chris across the street, and he sees me, and he runs after me, tackles me, and starts taking off his pants in the middle of Japan. I'm like, no, don't rape me, no. And he seriously was going to rape me.
What got him to stop?
People pulled him off, and it was done. It was in the middle of public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
So it was pretty crazy.
So how, like, you met, which of the Jackass crew did you meet during Big Brother? Or were they all, did you meet during Big Brother and then it transitioned to Jackass? It
I think
pieced
most of
together,
us-
didn't it?
Well, Jason moved out of his house, his mom's house, and moved into my place. Remember?
Yeah.
And then
Oh, so
lived
you
with-
guys were roommates?
I lived
were
with Rick for a
roommates.
little
Oh,
while.
that's so cool.
Yep.
And so, yeah, when that we had a lot of fun on that, and then that's where we shot the Oompa Loompa, half of the skit in the garage. You know, when we did the choreography in the living room, we were trying to like watch some video.
We did the dance routine. Yeah.
and it was fun, man. Like we did, and then you moved to San Jose.
Yeah, I stayed at Rick's for a little while, and then that's right when I was on Sonic skateboards, and I moved up to San Jose, California, to be closer to the home base of Sonic, and that only lasted 9 months.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, and so then I moved. But you know what, Rick?
What?
In that time, I moved back.
It was a quick trip. You're like, I'm leaving South Bay. I'm gonna quit my job working at Vaughn's,
Yeah.
which was a good job,
Yeah,
and he got a job bagging groceries.
I was bagging groceries for.
Wait,
Yeah.
so you're bagging groceries after you had already been doing like shots for a
Jackass.
magazine
And Jackass.
and
Yeah.
Jackass?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is
Because so basically the money stops coming in after how many seasons?
No, it hadn't even started yet.
It hadn't started yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
this
were
is
just
before
filming
Jackass.
for it.
This is before Jackass.
This is before
We were just
Jackass.
putting it all
But you got to
together.
remember, when we were making the TV show, no one was really making any money.
Yeah, and plus you got to think during this time we had to make a pilot first,
Right.
and then we had to sell it, and then the company had to buy it. Then we had to go. So in between all that time, we then had to realize, okay, we got to do something to make money until it gets picked up and we get everything to do. So in between filming the pilot and getting it to air, that's when I moved away and came back all in the same
And how
time.
long was that period of time? Do you
It was
think?
about 6 to 8 months.
Was it
Yeah.
pretty hard though to go to a job like that after you had been kind of living?
No, because we filmed it and did it just like we filmed and did everything else.
Gotcha. You
So it
didn't
wasn't
expect
like-
much from it.
Yeah, we didn't even expect. I didn't even expect it to be on TV. I was like, oh, we're just gonna film this.
Another indie, underground, cool video.
It's gonna be one video,
Yeah.
and then 10 years later, people are like, dude, remember when you guys tried to film that thing and get on TV and you made this?
Yeah.
That's where my mindset was when we first did it.
Wow.
And that's pretty much, from what Jeff says, he took it to HBO first, and it was 2 women in the room watching it to buy it, and they looked at Jeff like, why did you just waste a half an hour of my
You
life?
are a crazy person.
Yeah, get this. Who let you in the front door? Really? This is what we came down. We're HBO,
Yeah.
and you're bringing this crap to us. And lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, MTV bought it, and it, loved it.
Blew up. When did you meet Stevo?
When we were filming for Jackass, because he didn't really come along till later in it. He was doing some stuff, and Jeff heard on the road while the last Big Brother tour that there's this guy and he wants to, film with us. And Jeff was trying to avoid him for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah, because he was like a camera happy dude. Like, come on, Dad, check me out. I did this. Now I want to do it. And Jeff's like, oh, God, In the documentary, you can see it. Jeff talks about it. So if you watch the Big Brother documentary, he talks about how he was like, he met Stevo and just get a little footage of him and then leave me alone.
Yeah, we were in Miami with Steve, and he just kept didn't want to give up. He was just like, I'm with these guys, and it just would total persistence. And he was going to do this trick where he did like a double backflip off a bridge into the water. And I remember Jeff going, if this guy breaks his back, we're leaving him.
Wow.
No, but Jeff left
He was
him
like,
anyway.
he was like, we're out of here.
He did.
He
like,
didn't know, because we don't know. We don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But sure enough, Steve's a pro.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. And we couldn't shake him. And he's still with us till this day.
I think we're getting another caller. Let me see who this is. Hello? Caller, who's this?
Hey, man. It's Steve. It's Steve out, dude. It's Jason on the show, dude.
Yeah. What's up, O?
Dude, you can't shake me, bro. Don't try to shake. I can't believe you guys didn't invite me on the podcast. I have to call in like a peasant.
Well, because you're a married guy now, and we didn't want to take you away from your fiance.
Don't blame it on that, dude. I just proposed like a week ago, dude. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Totally gnarly.
Kind of gnarly.
Coming
Kinda
out,
gnarly.
new special, gnarly.
Pretty gnarly.
Pretty gnarly.
Wait.
Did it get changed?
Kind of gnarly.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. Nah, got it.
Yeah, oh, well, you should have been here. Too bad. Oh, you didn't get the email? I thought we sent him an email.
No, dude, come on.
Oh, all right. Next time.
All right, love you, Jason.
Love you.
I guess Steve-O really wanted to be a part of this podcast. It's kind of...
Doesn't surprise me.
Steve wants to be a part of everything.
Yeah.
If you're doing it and he's not there, he's like, what?
what are you doing?
He has FOMO.
I like how you... it's kind of cool to me that some of the Jackass guys are doing stand-up now. Like, Steve does it,
Yep.
and Danger
Preston.
Aaron is starting to get it. Preston's getting into it, too?
Preston's been in it for a little while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's
Dope.
been on the road. Yeah.
I haven't seen his stand-up yet. I'll definitely be looking forward to
Yep.
seeing that. And
Preston's good.
then,
Aaron.
and then you have been doing stand-up on Kill Tony occasionally.
Yeah, I love watching stand-up. I've always been a fan of stand-up. And just being, like, Kill Tony has proven to me it's so funny. Like, people will be like, yeah, I just moved here 2 weeks ago and I signed up for Kill Tony. And it's like, you left whatever you had going on, your family and all that. And you're like, I'm going to L.A. I'm going to wait at the Comedy Store. And I'm going to be on Kill Tony. And you just put your name in a bucket and you go up. To be honest, I just go up and just tell stories. I mean, but true life stories. They're not like...
Well, you have so many amazing stories to access that, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so I just tell stories that happen around me on a daily. Like, my friends even say, like, wherever I'm at, the weird gets turned up. One of the best ones recently is we're skating this curb, and these dudes pull up in their car. It's in Long Beach. They pull up in their car and like, yo, man, you guys are fucking shredding. And we're like, yeah, we're just skating. And the guy goes, you wouldn't believe what I just did. And it's no joke. Me and my buddy both thought he's about to say, I just took a huge bong rip in this car. Nope. I just had me some chicken and waffles. And I'm like, that is the furthest answer I was thinking I was going to hear at this. Like, he was so excited.
Had he never heard of that pairing before?
Yeah, he wanted to tell me, I just had chicken and waffles. And we're like, awesome.
Sweet,
and then he
dude.
drove away.
Congrats.
Yeah.
And this is a white guy?
No, I never said what race this young man
Oh,
was.
Rick Kosick, race police over
Yeah.
here.
Why did race have to come into this? This was just male or female, and it was a male.
Well,
Or
now we got to know what ethnicity.
He was African American.
Oh.
Interesting. Rick, is that the answer you were looking for?
I was hoping it was going to be that.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a brother.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yep.
So, I gotta ask some questions about like do you get any sense of the adrenaline like that even comes close whenever you do stand up, or is it pretty comfortable compared to like before you have done like a big stunt? Like the first time you did stand up, did you get like a big rush or anything like that before you went on stage? Like, oh, this could go either way. Like, I don't know. Like,
that's exactly the rush I got. Like, and it still happens because like we go on tour, me and a few of the Jackass guys, and they call it a comedy tour, and I've never considered myself a comedian. I've just considered myself like, this is me. I'm just like, just a person, like Shaq, like Prince. Like, just a one-name person. I don't have
both African Americans, Rick.
Rick, the two people, successful people.
Who were they?
Shaq
and Prince. One name, celebrities.
You worked with Prince?
No, I'm just giving an example. I wish I worked with
Remember
Prince.
when you lifted Shaq?
I totally remember when I lifted Shaq.
All right,
But back to the question.
Yeah.
So we've done comedy tours.
Right.
But it's pretty much us going up on stage and telling stories. So it comes easy to me. But the first time I did Kill Tony, and it was like, you have to come up and you do comedy, I did, because I didn't say a Jackass story. I didn't say things people already knew.
Right.
I was like, I'm going to go up and I'm going to tell a funny situation that happened in my life. And it could go either way where people are like, or, oh, fuck yeah.
Right.
So right before, when it's like, and coming up next, there's that high blood pressure pump. You're getting the little sweaty palms and you're like, okay, I have to put it out there the way it's happening in my head. And I have to have the people react the way I want them to react.
Yeah.
And, you're thinking the whole time, like, I better just throw it out and whatever happens, happens. It's like a grenade. It better explode and everybody better get hit with the shrapnel because I'm not coming in here to kill anybody else.
Yeah, dude. I'll still get that rush every once in a while. It's a different kind of rush because I've been doing stand-up a long time now. But the first little bit while I was doing stand-up, it was just like...
Yeah.
Like that, like your heart's like beating out of your chest and you're like, oh, I hope this goes okay.
Yeah.
When you guys, it's so funny, whenever you guys were making like you had like Knoxville doing the warning, do not try any of these stunts at home.
These guys are professionals.
These guys are professionals.
Or perform with professionals standing by or whatever.
The amount of Jackass knockoff videos that I made of my own whenever I was a teenager was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine. And then they're like, please do not send tapes to us because I feel like MTV got a ton of
I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Oh,
tapes,
totally,
like being like, hey, do you guys need any extra people or anything like that? And we're like, no, this is not how this works.
People even to this day are still like, I want to be on Jackass. And we're like, we haven't filmed in like 8 years, guy. Like,
Yeah.
The studio's closed right now. Dude, I want to be. Me and my bros are all doing it. And then it's so funny. The funniest part is, how did you get that audition for Jackass?
Oh my god,
And
that's
it's
the most
like-
Hollywood question.
Yeah. When was that audition?
Who got you that, dude? Was there an open casting?
Because I
call or
didn't
what?
see that one. I watched them all, and I didn't see that audition happen.
Yeah, that wasn't on LA casting.
And I'm like, there was no audition. It's
Yeah,
like
we made it.
It's a garage band that got together, and we finally put out a great album. We put a couple EPs out before then, and now we finally put out an album.
That's a great way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I said we put out a single and it went number 1.
Well, you got to think we did Big Brother 1, Shit, Poop, So those were like
Those were the demo tapes.
Those were our EPs. We put those EPs out, and then next we're like,
Those
we
were-
need to
I would
put
say
out
the-
a record.
Well, the record was the TV show.
Yeah.
And then it didn't, when we get the movies, that's kind of when it went platinum.
Yeah, that's when we sold gold.
The arc of, if you watch Jackass 1, 2, and 3 back to back, it's so funny.
I can't watch number 1.
No?
It's my least favorite.
Yeah?
2 is like we're hitting the stride.
2 is the best one.
It's good.
Two's
you
amazing.
know.
I mean, that's why there's
Two-
2.5 for that. There's so much content. for you guys.
Like we've all talked, and everybody, even Knoxville, everybody's favorites too. It's the
mean-
funnest time we had.
Yeah.
Filming. It was the best. Like that's when everybody clicked.
Well, what's interesting about whenever you watch 1 through 3, by the time the third one rolls around, for some of the stunts, it's so funny to see how you guys are going into the stunts because you're like, I don't want to do this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, rather than on 1 and 2, you're like, let's freaking do this. I'm ready. But like by 3, you're like, do I really need to? Oh man, we've already done so many.
This one's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
We're
gonna feel this one a little bit more.
You're probably hearing Danger Aaron.
Dude. So Danger Aaron, Aaron McGee, he came and saw me and Tony in Portland, right?
Okay.
And we hung out with them afterwards.
I'm sorry about that. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that.
So
I think I set that up too.
Yeah, no, you did. You did. So right after the show, we have a great show at this venue called the Aladdin Theater, and we're hanging out outside. And he goes, "Let's go get some food." And Tony and I are like, "Okay, yeah, we're hungry." And he goes, "I got this great joint. My buddy owns a strip club." And right away, I was like, I don't feel comfortable like going to a strip club. Like I'm engaged. I was engaged at the time and now I'm married. I was like, I don't. And he's like, it's totally cool, man. Like there's actually an eating area in the back of the strip club,
but you have to
walk through. So I'm like, he convinced me. I was like, all right, you know what? That's fine. I like if I'm not like hanging out inside the strip club, I'll eat some free food in the back of a
totally
like patio area where it's like not in sight. So we go there, and I'm holding, I'm sticking to my values, and I put my head down and I lower my head and I just look at the floor and the feet in front of me.
You follow the emergency exit row to the back door.
Yeah, and Aaron, as soon as we get to the patio, he goes, "What did you just do?" And I was like, I didn't really want to look up. I'm trying not to be a creep for my lady. And dude, he thought that was the funniest thing, that I would not look up. And he told the story of us going to the strip club on Kill Tony, and people were making memes of me. Like when Jeremiah goes to the strip club, and there's memes of guys like looking down, like left and right.
No way. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, at least some, even funnier came out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, the funniest story is Preston and Dave went up to Portland to do stuff.
Yeah.
And Aaron met up with them. But of course, Aaron shows up. Like they're at the restaurant, right? Like, hey, let's not the strip club steakhouse. They're at a regular restaurant. And Aaron
Rick's just shaking his head. He's like,
I already know this story. It's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. So Aaron comes up on his motorcycle, parks it right in front of the restaurant, and it's just all vroom, 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 vroom. And everybody's like, who's this asshole? Like the whole restaurant. And he's smoking out the place. And then, of course, here he comes walking in, do, and sits. And they're like, oh, fuck. Now everybody's looking at us because asshole outside that just smoked out the place is right here next to us.
It's probably one of those nice restaurants where like the windows are open.
Yeah, like
and it's open.
Yeah.
Here comes Aaron.
Was this at the time where he only had he had a tooth missing?
Probably. Yeah. It was probably during that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even adding more class to the situation.
Or less.
Yeah. You said you picked up Shaq. I don't want to blow over that. You lifted Shaq?
Yeah. So during the time we were filming the TV show, guys like Shaq and Brad Pitt would have these Jackass parties. Like they would
really?
We were on TV every Sunday. And we were like, yeah, we're destroying America at one Sunday at a time. That was our little thing. And they would have Jackass viewing parties at their house. And during that time, Shaq put out like a rap album. And he goes, I'm gonna make a music video, and I want the whole Jackass crew there. And he shows up to Universal. We'd filmed it on the Universal Studios lot where Back to the Future was filmed and all that town lot. Where it just looks like the old clock and all that. And we filmed this music video for him, but it never aired.
Oh,
and
it aired? Or the video didn't air?
The video didn't air.
But
and we have a feeling he just made this happen because he knew we would film that day. And we did a whole Jackass special with Shaq.
He made the CD. He made the album come out.
Yeah, right. The album came out.
Did you guys end up shooting that day?
Oh yeah, we filmed that day.
We filmed that.
It was
whole
great.
day.
It was so much fun being with Shaq. He was like a big kid.
And so near the end of it, there was a whole group of people, and Shaq's like, "Let's take a picture, but I'm gonna get right behind you. I'm gonna get over your shoulder." He's like, "Over," and he's like, "You think you could lift me?" I'm like, "Go!" And he lifts his legs up, and I have Shaq across my back, legs lifted.
What?
Yeah,
You're like squatting Shaq.
I'm kind of squatting Shaq like this, but he's like, his head's over here and his legs are way behind me. You can Google Wee Man picks up Shaq.
You got to take a note. That was when Shaq was a lot thinner too.
Yeah,
he was playing basketball.
He was playing basketball.
Before Gold Bond.
and the general commercials.
Yeah. I think we have another caller calling in. Do we have Shaquille O'Neal calling into the program right now?
Wee Man? Is this a Wee Man here? What up, Wee Man?
Yeah, hey Shaq.
Why are you talking about my commercials now? I ain't that heavy. I'm the same as I was back then.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah,
that wasn't me. That
was
was
Rick Kosick actually made fun of your weight.
Yeah.
And then Jeremiah, accidentally brought up your commercials.
Rick? Who's Rick? I don't know this Rick guy.
He films a lot of the Jackass stuff. He was probably there with you on set the day you guys shot the music video.
He ain't one of the Jackass guys. I don't know Rick.
Rick, Shaq wants to talk to you. Why don't you want to talk to Shaq, Rick?
What's up, Shaq?
Hey, Rick. Why are you talking about my weight that way?
Well, I'm just stating the fact that you were a lot more athletic and you were running a lot more back then.
So you're saying right now I'm not athletic?
Well, yeah, you've retired.
I didn't retire. I'm making commercials. I'm working.
Not running across the court back and forth.
Where are you at, Rick? I'm going to come get you.
Come get me. You can find me at Jeremiah's house.
Wait. Oh, we lost the connection. Shaq dropped the call. Sorry, guys. I accidentally ended that call. I don't know what happened. I want to bring this to our next segment, which is called Fanning Out.
Fanning Out. Questions from fans.
In this section, I reached out to people on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram and said, ask Wee Man any question that you want, and I'll ask him. So here we go. This was a good one. My buddy, he's a funny comedian who's on Big Time Rush, Stephen Kramer Glickman, asked, what was your worst fan experience? Have you had a really bad
fan
experience with a fan? And you can chime in on this too, Rick, if you've had to deal with somebody that.
I think there was one time I saw, like, I don't know what city we're in, but it's really. I think it sucked for someone like Knoxville because, all the girls want to get with him, and all the dudes are just jealous, and so I've just
really that. All the guys are like, that's the energy that they put.
Yeah,
it really
especially
is.
in the beginning.
How do you think that is? Because he's like good looking guy.
Yeah,
he's like on top
all
of the
the
world.
chicks. You go in the bar and all the girls just flock to him, and I just seeing him just like throw drinks, like like just people just like to start things, and it gets really weird quick at times. And just to see that kind of energy when you go out with your friends, and I think it just gets annoying after a while.
I've never had that bad of an experience. I think people are like, oh, it's just Wee Man. I've had girls fight over me at the bar, like who's taking me home and stuff.
What?
Yeah, I had at one bar where I was like shit-faced wasted. Girls like, he's going with me. And I was like, I haven't chosen either one of you. You know what I mean?
I think we have a caller calling. Hello, who is this?
Hello, is this Wee Man?
Yeah, this is Wee Man.
Why won't you let me suck your dick, Wee Man? Wee Man, I want to take you home right now.
Well, I don't really know who you are, and I'm
I'm that hottie at the bar.
Yeah, I'm not really a bar snagger.
Well, will you make an exception? I got a coochie that will put you out for days.
Yeah, I don't want that kind of coochie.
Come on, you don't want that kind of coochie?
No.
Come on.
No.
I'll let you go down on me, Wee Man.
I'm scared of the coochie that'll put me out for days.
Okay.
All right, we lost that.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
That's all right. No, but here's two funny ones of fan experiences. One was I was just walking through like a grocery store parking lot, and this woman like screams, "Oh my God, Wee Man!" and thinks she throws her car in park and jumps out, but she doesn't. Throws the car into like neutral, and it's still rolling, and she gets out, and in a nice way, I want to say she's Shaq's sister, and she's
I don't know if that's a compliment.
she's running towards me like, wee man.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, whoa. And she gets me and she's suffocating, hugging me. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, but lady, your car's rolling down the freaking driveway. And she's like, oh my God. And she jumps back in and barely puts it into park before she crashes.
Wow.
Yep.
Good job, Shaq, sister.
Right? Now,
So wait, on a
What?
second note, I was in front of the skate shop near my house that I'm always at. And these kids are like 16 years old. Seems like they just got dad's car. And the passenger rolls down the window and yells out, what up, wee man? And the driver decides to just look too. And he's like, wee man, what up? Boom. Rear ends the guy in front of him. I'm like, hey guys, yeah, you guys got a bigger problems right now.
Yeah, you're like, hope that was worth it.
I thought it was funny just the other night. We were walking up to the store to go to Kill Tony, and this kid comes up and goes, man, I got to show you something you're really going to like. Hold on a second. And Jason's like, yeah, well, hurry up, man. Pull it out of your phone. Let's see it. And then he pulls out this picture, and the guy took a photo with him and Johnny Knoxville. Isn't that cool? I thought you would like this.
And I'm like,
We're just like,
okay.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
that's my friend Johnny.
I'd
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
see you in like a naked lady, but instead of like, yeah, I've
Johnny
seen that guy.
Knoxville.
Yeah, okay.
We know that guy.
Yeah. That's so funny. By the way, that's the nicest, meanest put down to call somebody Shaq's sister. It's like the nicest way of handling it, but also like you know exactly what this woman looks like.
That's what I was trying to do.
Do big girls, are they into Wee Man?
Oh, BBs are
Really?
into Wee Man.
BBWs.
BBWs.
That's like a thing.
It's a thing. I don't know what it is, but
You just put something out
this
there,
is,
man.
This is what BBWs want.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It's
awesome.
like it happens everywhere.
That's so interesting.
If she's a BBW and she sees me, it's like eyes are like boom. It's like a dog that hasn't eaten it. There's a T-bone steak right there.
Do they have good or bad pickup lines that they try to get you with?
Oh, they don't even go for lines. They just are like screaming and hollering and all that and trying to hug me and suffocate me. And it's like,
That's why Aphrodite likes you so much.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she does. I'm BBW treat, dude, right here. This is a candy for a BBW.
Yeah, that's fun size right there, baby.
Yeah.
I think we need another yearbook photo with that quote right there.
This is BBW right here.
This is BBW right here. Adult yearbooks that we start putting out for ourselves every year of our friend groups. This next question comes from Cody Bustos from Facebook. What's the closest to death you've ever been?
That would have to be in number 2. We did the swamp shoot, and it would like even Manny the shark guy thought I died. What happened was we were sponsored by Miller High Life, and we had a parachute made, and we were trying to do a commercial in the middle of Jackass just for fun, give him a little thing, and Jeff wanted me behind a swamp boat. You know, the airboats?
Right.
Flying behind it and kind of cruising and make it fun, then cut the cord and I fall into the water. Well, we kept doing it over and over and over, and I kept going down because I was shooting off the ground. So we had JP, our shady prop guy, make this table real quick, and then so it would boost me up from the upper part of the fan into the sky. Well, as we kept doing it, we weren't watching the rope, but it kept thinning out,
Yeah.
hitting the table and the pier. Well, finally, when I finally caught wind, the rope snapped, and I just like ragdolled into the water. You can see it. And everybody thought I ragdolled, tied myself up, and drowned and was dead. Even Manny's like, I can't be like, we thought you were all dead. You died.
Dude.
So,
What was going through your head whenever you're spinning and ragdolling out like that?
I'm used to like.
Do you even have time to think?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm about to slam. I thought I was gonna hit the wall of the river across
Yeah.
the way, but I was like, I'm good. You know, I kind of just when you slam certain ways after a while, even skateboarding, you kind of just let your body go, and that makes sure you don't break anything. Because it's like a drunk driver. Drunk drivers don't get hurt because they're just so loose, flowing. And I've kind of learned to do that with my body slamming. So I kind of did that with the swamp shoot. And I've learned that anytime I tightened up, that's when you break things. So
I thought we almost killed you on this segment called "The Birth of Wee Man" at Jeff's back. But we put like plastic, tarp on Jeff's bathroom floor,
Yeah.
cover with tomato ketchup everywhere, and the 600-pound lady laid on top of you, and we're gonna pull him out.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Dude,
I remember that.
it was insane. That was more terrifying than death-defying.
Did you feel like you were just like, like you're suffocating? Like,
Yeah, it was terrifying. I thought, fuck, I'm suffocating.
I'm gonna
like you.
Did you start thinking like, is this how I'm going to die underneath the family?
I just remember Wee Man saying, "Get this off of me!"
No, get it off of me. Get it off of me.
I mean, you're a big woman, man. And
But I didn't say get her or
You're
she.
like, get it.
Get it off of
she's
me.
600 pounds.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of weight.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of weight.
And then like when she the disappearing act in the bed, it was a metal frame bed, and I had to go back to Jeff's house the next day to help bring someone in to let to take it out because she bent the entire frame of the bed. Oh, just
Yeah, that's terrifying.
yeah.
It's gnarly. It was crazy.
She was a sweet lady though.
Very sweet.
Very nice. Great personality.
Probably hated me after I yelled, "Get it off of me."
Well, that's also a cry for help. So you're not thinking politely. You know what I mean?
Thinking,
You're just trying to survive. So you're like, get it off of me, get it off.
I was full survival mode then.
This one comes from Instagram at nitroscoob4764. How has your body handled all of the abuse it's taken over the years from like doing stunts and stuff like that?
It hasn't been that bad because ever since right about the first movie, I found a doctor guy, is like a physical therapist, but his title is a muscle precision balancer.
Mm-hmm.
So what I go and get done is after I beat myself up, even skating or doing anything, I go in and get work done where he has like this wheel tool or like a ball tool that goes in and he rubs out the scar tissue that builds up in your muscles. It's the pain you actually feel when you hurt yourself or tweak yourself or anything like that. Your bones those are like tree limbs. There's no feeling in them. The feeling's from muscles and different things like that. So I do that, and I've been doing yoga for 4.5 years now. And actually 5 years now. I've been doing yoga for 5 years now. I stayed loose and limber and been watching what I eat, and I'm always active. So it's the saying goes, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So if you don't keep moving and stay active, you're just going to lose it. So
yeah,
I'm pretty active daily.
And you've been sober for a while, right?
Yeah, I've been sober just this past February 1st. It's been 4 years.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Did you notice a big shift once?
Yeah, actually, I have more energy. I do a lot more stuff now, and drinking and all that is just a time killer. And now, like, I'm more productive doing my skateboard brand, doing more stuff with Chronic Tacos, doing everything I do. It's way better to kill time that way.
Yeah.
So, and I go up and I go to Kill Tony every Monday.
Yeah, man.
And just it's fun.
Yeah, I'm sober as well, and I feel like you get a lot done.
Yes, you do.
You're able to get a lot done.
Yeah, and it's crazy now too. I was talking to a buddy yesterday. I did a sober podcast, and it's funny now to go somewhere and see people just getting wasted, and you're like, I know exactly how he feels right now, and I know exactly how he's going to feel tomorrow, right. That is not the feeling I want.
Yeah.
So have fun.
I just want to see a drawing of Shaq's sister. If Ryan J. Ebelt's listening to this right now, do you think he'll do a drawing?
I think he
might definitely
just
do a
at least put
drawing
a Shaq, like him, just draw Shaq and put a woman wig over it.
Yeah, like that one dude does,
like in a dress.
He does the female version. It's kind of like her.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? He does the big black BBW version of himself. He's made movies and stuff. They're cheesy. Yeah, he's an actor.
Kevin Hart?
No, not Kevin Hart.
Oh.
He's a short BW.
Oh. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Can't think of it right now.
Just a few more fan questions, and then we'll do the final segment of this show.
Oh, crazy.
So This is an interesting one. This is from @JoshDavisShoots on Instagram. Did you ever give a shit about your size, and do you think people treat you differently based on it? Thanks, dude.
I think when I was a little kid, I kind of at first gave a shit about my size, but then I realized what you have to take and use it to your advantage, you know?
Yeah.
And then I also realized that people were, when I was younger, this is, you know, in the 80s, 70s and 80s, people were always telling me, oh, you know, because of your size, you can't do that. Like teachers and different things. And I'm like, oh, really? F you.
Yeah, watch me.
Watch me. Like, I'm glad you're telling me I can't, because now that gives me more drive to prove you wrong. So I'm actually like, after a while I thought about it, I'm like, I'm glad those people thought I couldn't do anything, because it was the best drive for me to just flip off the world and say, fuck you, watch this.
Yeah. I look back at certain really tough moments in my life, and it's usually whenever it's you hearing no over and over from people. Yeah. And you look back at those moments, and you're like, oh, that has defined me as a person and made me who I am now and fueled me to try to become greater in my field and everything like that.
Exactly. No, 100% exactly.
Yeah.
When somebody tells you no, you're like, oh, really?
Huh.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
But
See.
I think it's the people with drive. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
already have drive under them. That hearing no is gonna turn. You know, it's gonna change for them. Because I see other people that hear no and they just go, okay, well. And then there's these, you know, I can't do it. They told me I couldn't, so I can't.
So I guess I can't.
Yeah, I can't. So you really have to have that fire in you for somebody to try and put it out, and you're like, oh, you ain't putting this fire out.
Yeah.
It's going.
Oh, yeah.
We got
It's
another
lit
another propane tank, and it's about to get real in
on
here.
reserve right now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I grew up.
This is from @ToneShifter on Instagram. This is pretty funny because I'll be impressed if you remember this. This is just a random fan who is asking this question. Do you remember kicking a field goal through Stevo's legs while he was doing a handstand with a football tethered to my friend at Ogre James's earlobe with a fish hook in a hotel lobby in Saskatoon, Canada, around 2004-ish?
Yes, 100%. Yes, I do. That would it was when we were on the Don't Try This at Home tour. And it was during full party mode times and all that. And Stevo, we'd go and we would do these, you know, stand-up tours. It once again comedy, but it wasn't comedy. It was just us being Jackass on stage, and everything we did on the show or Stevo did like all the time, we would take to the stage. But Stevo always loved, especially during his drug times, people around him. So these people would come and be like, Dad, we want to fucking do this, and let's go. And so he'll be like, all right, come back to the hotel then with us. And they're like, oh, dude, don't bring people. Like, this is our, like,
This is like a
sanctuary.
room where
yeah.
we're sleeping
not
and
with,
stuff.
Not with Stevo. No, with Stevo, it's like, go from the venue, bring everybody from the venue back, and all night and everything. And so I 100% remember that.
That's so funny.
It was gnarly. And Steve would be like, dude, we got this. I'm going to do a handstand. We're going to put fish hook on the guy, and then boom. And it still happens to this day. Like, people come up. I'll be at a Chronic Tacos opening where I'm just there, and we're trying to, you know, get the restaurant going. And people are like, dude, kick me in the nuts, bro. I want to be on Jackass. My buddy's going to film it. Let's do it. And they're like, dude, come on, man.
Will you kick people in the nuts if they keep asking you over and over?
If they get super annoying.
You're like, all right, fine, I'll do it.
Oh, I've done it multiple times. Yeah. I've laid dudes out. Just put them down. I've made a couple dudes throw up from it.
Ooh.
So you know it's bad.
Dude, I die laughing anytime I throw up or like a friend throws up. Like the thing that whenever I ate so much that I threw up on Kill Tony. That was Rick's idea to get me to because I was gonna keep eating throughout the entire episode.
Yeah, he told me.
And he goes, dude, you gotta eat until you throw up. That's what's really funny. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yep.
It worked. Yeah, you patting me on the stomach a couple times right after I chugged water and I'd eaten all that food. I was like, oh, it's coming now.
Yeah. No.
I just loved how surprised Tony was that night.
I think Tony gets really surprised about a lot of things lately. I watch everybody's demeanor when we're sitting there and we watch the show, and he'll watch certain things, and you can see when Tony gets shocked.
Oh yeah.
And it's been a lot lately. There's been some new
There's
things.
been some weird things going on
Oh,
the last couple months,
the
dude.
last couple months of
With the weight gain challenge, and then the characters, and then me hosting his show,
Yeah.
and all that stuff has
And
been
then you
like,
bringing out the whole marching band.
The marching
that was
band
amazing.
ruled.
Ruled.
That ruled.
dude. I was so happy that actually happened.
Red Band, he couldn't even take it. He didn't know what to do. It's like, I'm the DJ. And everybody's like, no, let the band bring
I had to
everybody up.
I had to keep asking
Yeah.
Tony and Red Band. I was like, we have a band here. Can we please use the band? Like,
Yes.
because they're dope. They were really
Yeah,
good.
They
it
were
was
really
amazing.
good. They were amazing.
It just took that whole show to a whole nother level of excitement and fun. And I just, man, how do you top that now?
It wasn't this last week. Were you there, Rick? Because then it'll say if it was last week or not.
I wasn't there last week.
I know, but were you there when the dude went up and drum battled
Joel
Jimenez?
That was last week.
That was the week before.
I
So
was there the week before.
you were there the week before. So that was the week before. That dude was gnarly. For a guy to come up and I'm going to give 1 minute on Kill Tony and then go, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a musician too, and I can play any instrument here and just battle everybody.
Yeah.
That, like, for a show to go to that level, that was
pretty cool.
That part touched me, and I was like, yes, this is what that's about. It's rad.
Yeah, we keep trying to like out top ourselves with like crazy
And it
things.
keeps
It's
happening.
fun. It's
and
fun.
it keeps happening.
Yeah.
It's really fun when that show is on 100%. It's just such a good ride. But there's those moments you're like, wow, what happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
dude.
days.
I mean,
But since about December, it's
been
been
100
good.
Oh,
It's
it's been
been
great.
good since December. It's like it did this shift for some reason, and it's been amazing since.
dude, we had a couple crazy shows on the road, like in Houston and Dallas. It was pretty dope. Like they were just the amount of jokes that got off like during those shows were just it was cool. Like there's people that drove up from Arkansas to Texas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or down to Texas,
yeah.
and 3 out of their 11 people got up. So this whole corner of the room were randomly drawn out of the bucket from Arkansas, and they were going nuts every time one of their guys got up.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And it just put that energy in the room. That was like,
Yeah.
oh, anything can happen on this show.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what's like fun, so fun.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Let's do one more, and then we'll do this last segment. Oh, well, Joel asked you before I do this other one. He goes, Joel Jimenez. Yeah, he
Joel
said
Berg.
he knows that you like have to hear a lot of short jokes all the time, which is probably annoying. But has anybody ever got you with one where you're like, all right, that's pretty freaking funny?
No. Nobody's
come up with a clever one.
Nobody has come up with like that one that I
where
was,
you're like
where, like,
respect.
yeah, nobody has gotten the respect one. Everybody, and I thought about that lately because I was gonna say something to Tony. Every time I've gone up on stage, Tony,
He hits you with a bunch. So
it's like he's just shooting a little BB gun at me.
right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, really, a Red Ryder?
Yeah.
Like, if we're gonna play, like, bring guns.
Yeah.
Because you're just hitting me with a Red Ryder right now.
Interesting.
And
Tony.
and
You listening,
like,
Tony?
you
That's a
listening?
new
You
go,
challenge,
like,
dude.
yeah.
Come out with the heavy artillery
Yeah,
next time.
quit bringing the Red Ryder. No, he does. Like, seriously, I said something about drinking, and he goes, "Oh, what did you get wasted on the little shots, like the?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
You're like,
my
I've heard every variation of this.
Grandma at the bar who's wasted wrote that one.
Yeah. I get I've over the years I've gotten roasted a lot, either because of my nose or hair, or just like I have a distinct look. And one of my favorite ones Dave Attell got me with is he told me that I look like Tom Petty's daughter.
Okay, he because he didn't like he went with everything.
He went with everything, everything about
me.
me.
He didn't just go, so you must be Jewish or something. You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
He didn't go anybody like that. Those are ones that anybody can pick out. You
Exactly.
know? And it's like a little schoolyard fight. But for the guy in the back to be like, I'm going with the whole
Right.
picture.
Yeah.
Then we're cooking.
Dude, there's this Mexican comic named George Perez that because of the size of my nose, he thinks I'm Jewish, and he calls me Jewish all the time, but he genuinely thinks I'm Jewish, and I've never told him that I'm not Jewish. So he'll say the most racist Jewish things around me, and then other people will be in earshot, and I'm just like, joke's on you, dude. You're being racist about Jews right now.
I forgot to tell you I'm German.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, that's exactly what I am.
Yeah, no, I know.
yeah.
I know. Forgot to tell you I'm German.
That's so funny.
So this last segment, you should say it all in German.
I can't. It wouldn't. It's gonna.
Do you know how to speak German?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my
Can I get
mom's
a sample.
Meine Mutter kommt aus Deutschland und ich habe jedes Jahr im Sommer gewohnt in Deutschland.
Your mother and father are from
Just my mother.
your mother is
Yep.
from Germany.
Aha. Und ich habe jedes Jahr im Sommer gewohnt in Deutschland.
What was the last part?
Every summer I lived in Germany.
Really?
That's how I learned German. When I was a kid and I was about 3 years old, 3 years old, and I'd be like, "Hey, Mom, what's this?" You know, when you're asking, and my mom would say it in German, and I'd be like, "No, not that funny language. What is this?" And she goes, "Oh, he's a stubborn little fucker. He doesn't want to learn German." And in Germany, especially when I was younger, the old Germans, they didn't speak English. They said, "Fuck English. We're not going to learn that." They only spoke German. My mom shipped me over to my aunt's house, and I lived there for about 4 months when I was like 3 years old, picking up everything to learn. And she goes, "Good luck on living. You're gonna." And I came back, and I knew everything in German.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, and then I also went back all the time to study it and do it. So
Huh.
that's my German shepherds out there.
There it is. There it is. Do you know the comic Brad Williams? Have you ever met him
Yes.
before?
I've met him multiple times.
Oh, cool.
And I have a funny Brad Williams story.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah, 'cause-
somebody asked if you would ever share a trench coat with Brad Williams.
This will answer that question.
Perfect.
So Brad Williams has always been like, "Fuck we,"
As a joke,
joke,
because he does it with Dinklage too.
Now he does it with
Now he
Dinklage,
does it
yeah,
Dinklage,
because he has to use whoever's the popular one, whatever
At the time.
At the time, so he's like, for me, the longest, and I guess people were calling him Wee Man. Well, his fiance never met me, but doesn't like me, and I learned that. And
Wait, what? She just instantly just doesn't like the show, or what?
doesn't like Wee Man because her husband is Brad Williams.
Oh, she wants to clarify. She wants different
Yeah.
identities. Yeah, different
You know
people.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm at Apple Pan over here in West LA. Very good hamburger place.
Okay.
And Brad Williams walks in, and I'm like, "Brad, what up?" And we're like, "I'm cool with him." We even got a photo. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, my fiance is coming, and we're planning our wedding or honeymoon or something there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, when she walks in, when you see her from a distance, hide." And I'll be like, "Hey, honey." And as soon as I did that, she was the grumpiest "You're not him, where's my husband?" I'm like, "Really? You can't play along?" Just went sourpuss. And I'm like, "Whoa, okay." And just sat across, didn't even say hello. I'm like,
That's so funny.
I want
Yeah.
to see an illustration of that now.
I know, right?
so it's all, but I just saw Brad the other night or 2 nights ago at Kill Tony right after, and he's like, "Dude, do my podcast." I'm like, "When is it?" And he's like, "Monday night." I'm like, "How am I gonna always come to Kill Tony and then go?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, we'll come to you or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll see. Sometime I'll do your podcast."
Yeah, he's got a great podcast with
So-
Adam Ray. Yeah,
Was it called The Tall Ones or something?
No,
He's
about
funny.
last night. Yeah,
He's a funny
Yeah,
guy.
it's a great show.
Awesome.
So this brings us to our final segment, Sax Talk. Sax Talk. So basically, tell me a story of a sexual encounter, or how you lost virginity, or anything weird sexually, and I'm going to play some sweet, sweet sax underneath.
Can it just be awesome sexually?
It could be awesome. It doesn't have to be awkward.
Okay.
If it's amazing, I mean, that's great too.
All right, cool. It's a fun one that just happened recently with the girl I'm dating right now.
Oh,
So
perfect.
It's very up to date. So I met this girl and we just, we started talking and hitting it off, and we'd been talking for a while, and we planned to hang out, and she tells me, well, when we hang out, it's going to be that time of the month. And I'm like, all right. So I just put it in my head, you know what? I'm just not going to think about anything going on. I'm just going to be a smooth sailing guy. Well, we start kissing and making out, and we're trying to be just cuddly and lovey together. Well, we both get really heated in the moment. And she finally just says, let's get naked. And I'm like, hell yeah. So we get naked. We're messing around. We're doing all kinds of things. And I turn her around and I say, let's do it doggy style. So we're doing it doggy style. We have fun. We go through our whole bang. We lay down. We're doing the after sex cuddle. And she looks to me and goes, wow, stand up doggy style. That was amazing. It must have been really amazing because she invited me over again.
Stand up doggy
Stand
style.
up doggy style.
So wait,
Because my legs are shorter.
I'm trying to paint a visual for the podcasters. Your legs are shorter, so you were standing up.
I wish we had a birthday cake I had at one point. Jeff Tremaine, the director of Jackass, 1 year for my birthday, put me in a superhero outfit, stand up doggy styling, BWW.
Okay.
And it was a pretty amazing cake. So I wish we had that. And then we could post it and say, here's the photo of it.
Right. Dude, that's incredible. Jason, Wee Man Acuna, and Rick Kosick, thank you guys so much for coming on the show today,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you for having us. Now you don't have to wonder about what has gone on lately in the world of the Wee and the Rick.
I've been wondering so much what's going on with you guys, and I definitely hope that you guys come back.
We have
the show.
We have episode 002.
This is 002 takeover.
We don't know when it's going to happen.
We have no idea,
but it's out there. It's for the future.
It's for the future. Do you guys want to plug anything coming up? I know you've got a lot going on, with your taco restaurant and stuff like that. Do you want to plug some stuff?
Chronic Tacos is one of my entrepreneur business things I've been doing. We just opened up in Hawaii. March 1st, we're opening up in Tokyo, Japan. So we've gone international.
Congrats. That's huge, man.
Yeah, it's been 10 years I've been part of the brand. So it's been a good 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I joined it. My buddy Randy Weiner, the founder, he started it in 2002 and I joined in 2008. So it's been a good time.
That's awesome.
We've been having some fun. And then I have my skateboard company, Nullity. You can pretty much just find out on my Instagram, which is @IamWeeMan. And I run it myself. People, I was getting flowed by Ed Templeton for Toy Machine, and people kept saying, we want Wee Man boards, and I knew he wouldn't put boards out for me, so I said, you know what? I'm at this age now, I'm going to just start my own company.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then...
another situation where you heard a no.
I heard a no.
And you're like, you know what? I'm going to open my own door and make this happen.
Exactly. It's exactly what it was. And I'm part of the Willy Wonka family, so I'm the dreamers of dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, that's about it on my end.
Rick, do you want plug your documentary on Hulu?
Oh, you can see the Big Brother documentary on Hulu. Also, this year, the season 3 of King of the Road comes out on Viceland.
Rick's a big filmer on that.
I am one of the DPs on that show. Also, I'm in the process of working on my own photography book. And it's not going to be a definitive. I'm just going to make a cool little zine of just some fun photos and just, make a small run and see if people are into it,
Yeah.
It'd be fun. And I'm working on a little T-shirt line, and I got some other projects I'm working on, and I'll announce that when it's time.
That's exciting, guys.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, once again, thank you guys. I absolutely love you guys, and I love that you're around the Comedy Store all the time now and hang out at Kill Tony. And, both of you have had an you guys are unaware of it, but had an impact on my life. The art that you guys have put out over the years, so I appreciate it, and it's cool that we get to hang out and do stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's always good to run into fans that have grown up and appreciate what we have done is something that they're into. It wasn't the audition way that we set out our lives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We just went and did this on our own, and it's rad that other people out there can appreciate that. Stupid guys did something on their own. That's the way I want to live, and that to me is the rad part.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremiah